Hi everyone, my name is Caitlin Neat and today I will be comparing and contrasting two theories of creativity and two theories of critical thinking. To begin, I will be comparing and contrasting the theory of mind mapping. This theory was developed by Tony Buzan in 1960. A mind map is developed to construct ideas and plans through images, bright colours, keywords, as well to develop learning and clear thinking within the brain. It was created to develop plans for applications in everyday life, such as presentations, note-taking, exam preparation, or project organisation. It reflects natural thinking processes by using radiating branches that stem from one central idea or theme. The branches capture the thoughts or information associated with that topic. It is identified as a visual tool. Therefore, it allows you to step back and have a bird's eye view on what you're constructing. The second theory is the theory of creative problem solving. It is known as the Osborne-Parnes creative problem solving process, developed by Alex Osborne and Sid Parnes from the 1940s to the 1950s. It is a 6-step process to create workable solutions or features effectively used in an organisational context, such as training and development, to enhance an employee's creativity. It consists of both divergent and convergent thinking. The 6-step process includes objective findings, such as identify the goal, wish, challenge, or problem. 2 is fact finding, gather the information and data surrounding the background information. 3 is the problem finding, identify the problem and what needs to be focused on. 4 is the idea finding, generate the solutions. 5 is the solution finding, evaluate, strengthen and decide on the possible outcomes or solutions. And 6 is the acceptance finding, the plan of action to implement the solutions correctly. Then we have the differences between the two theories. For mind mapping, you have various options, such as 5 questions, which includes the taste, sight, sound, touch, and smell. The 6-question mind map, such as who, what, why, when, where, and how. And then you've got the graphical mind map, which has a theme in the middle, drawn lines and keywords, and drawings following out. A mind map is commonly used in schools, starting from young primary school years, to develop projects, commonly known as brainstorming, as it is a fun, motivating, and different approach to learning. For the creative problem-solving process, it is very structured. It consists of both divergent and convergent thinking, and it asks problems as the questions. The similarities between the two include that they both generate a quantity of ideas, broad, with no restraint, and can branch out to others. It defers or suspends the judgment. Both theories help come up with creative solutions to problems, although through different processes. However, both can be quite time-consuming. With the pros and cons, the pros of mind mapping, it is very enjoyable for children and young students. For entrepreneurs, it enables meaningful learning when retaining new knowledge and connecting it with the theme and existing knowledge. It also increases productivity, so both sides of the brain are active. It enhances an individual's attention, coordination, ability, logic, reasoning, thinking, analysing, creativity, imagination, and memory. For the cons, it is very easy to overcomplicate. It only requires keywords to trigger your brain to remember information. It may be difficult to change from a linear system of note-taking, considering writing was taught from a very young age. It is also the cognitive development of a person constructing the mind map. They may struggle to be abstract or create various ideas. And as said before, it is very time-consuming. The pros of creative problem-solving process include it results in both divergent and convergent approaches. It creates innovative approaches to change. The skills can also be used in various aspects of life. And it can be a collaborative approach that includes participants, so that way you have more potential outcomes. The cons include it is very easy to lose focus of the original thought, and it can also be time-consuming. Then we have the two theories of critical thinking. First, we have making the familiar strange. This theory was developed by Dorothy Smith in 1987. The objective of making the familiar strange is to take things that are normal and making it strange. A key quote is to open up that which is taken for granted in the interaction of social science and everyday practices. It also focuses on the sociological aspects. The second theory of critical thinking is Bloom's taxonomy. This was developed in 1956 by Benjamin Bloom. The concept is a 6-tiered model of classifying thinking. It includes 6 levels such as create, evaluate, analyse, apply, understand, and remember. There are also 2 dimensions. Firstly, you have the cognitive process dimension, which includes the remembering, understanding, applying, analysing, evaluating, and creating. The second is the knowledge dimension, such as the factual, which is the basic elements to be known, to be acquainted with a discipline and solve problems. The conceptual, which is the interrelationships among elements with a larger functioning structure. The procedural, how to do or discover something, the criteria for using skills and methods. Or the metacognitive, the knowledge of cognition and awareness of one's own cognition. With the differences between the two, making the familiar strange is about making a change and seeing things differently. It is about changing a thought pattern, such as the considered norms, social, cultural, and organisational aspects. Making the familiar strange is also a visual and more behavioural method. With Bloom's taxonomy, it is a very structural process. It is used majority in educational teaching to categorise goals. It also has various dimensions, such as the cognitive process and the knowledge dimension. With the pros and cons, making the familiar strange. With the pros, it allows reflective thinking. It also provides a new perspective on social norms, society, and culture. With the cons, you may struggle if you are not a visual learner. It may be hard to visualise. There is also a lack of structure for a thought process. It may be hard to adapt to, especially if you've had no assistance or teaching of adaptation. With Bloom's taxonomy, the pros include the process may be used to develop learning objectives, particularly for teachers, and also for structural work such as business and education. The cons include it may be very time consuming and it may lack in comprehension, so you may fail to understand the concepts. So in conclusion, we have our 2 theories of creativity, such as mind mapping and the Osborne-Parnes process. Mind mapping is a graphical development of key words, branches, and a specific theme. It's commonly used in educational systems to reach goals. Osborne and Parnes' process was created to develop workable solutions through a 6-step structured process. The stages of this process use both convergent and divergent thinking. The 2 theories differ as the creative problem-solving process is more structured, where mind mapping is constructed through a graphical and visual process. Both theories generate quantity ideas with no judgment, no restraints, and can gather outside sources. For the 2 theories of critical thinking, we have making the familiar strange and Bloom's taxonomy. Making the familiar strange is a visual and behavioural method of changing a thought pattern, such as providing a new perspective on social norms, society, culture, and organisations. Bloom's taxonomy is a structured process used majority in educational teaching, developing learning objectives, and structure work. Both involve branching out of your comfort zone to reach a conclusion. However, both have individual personal struggles, such as failing to comprehend or failing to adapt. Thank you.